Here we are, Feng Shui Friday, Learning to Use the F word with
Whoop, whoop,
Anita
whoop, whoop,
and
whoop, whoop, whoop,
Cheryl.
whoop.
Woohoo! Okay,
Yay.
and Cheryl pulled a card.
I
And
did.
what's our subject for the day? What's the
This is
card?
this is the image, so I'm pretty sure you can tell it's a bedroom, but it's a
Ooh,
special bedroom. It's card number 35,
35.
and it's the guest room.
Ah, guest room.
Yes, guest room.
I have a story to tell about the guest room
Okay.
because I always have stories.
No.
Yeah, I
Really?
do.
Oh, okay.
So, anyways, I went to and did an in-home assessment or consultation with this beautiful couple, and of course, we got to learn all kinds of things because the home environment is always mirroring or reflecting our inner
Right.
world,
Absolutely.
and it was really, really interesting. So I went into the guest room of this couple and it was beautiful. There was a beautiful comforter on the bed, and the bed just looked like, oh, you could just sink in there and just have a beautiful sleep. And the room decor with some lovely artwork on the walls, just a nice little sofa, kind of bench seating area with some books. And it was just a very
Welcoming.
peaceful, restful, relaxing, inviting, warm space. And it was quite large, and it was just like, wow, I want to be a guest in your home, right?
Nice.
It was
Nice.
just that kind of feeling. And then we went to the master bedroom in the home,
Mhm.
and it was, for better word, it was stark naked. It was absolutely had no aesthetic value whatsoever, none. The bed looked hard and cold. And so it was really an interesting observation that I brought forth to the homeowners. And I
Mhm.
said, you know, based on a lot of times our upbringing, our programming, our beliefs, our cultural, habits, those kind of things, that is there a possibility that you were maybe led to believe that it's better to give than to receive, and that you always have to have this open door for guests and
Everybody
people. And
else.
so what they were doing is their self-love or their self um, confidence, all of those kind of things was being stifled, was being put down.
Mhm.
And that it was, just by simply having that guest room at the level that it was at, it showed that their guests were more important or more valued than they themselves were in their own home.
What an interesting observation.
Mm-hmm.
Like very fascinating because our guests they bring in new chi,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully fresh, exciting, inviting new chi.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes maybe not. But
Well, yeah,
regardless, they're
and
bringing in a different energy
mm-hmm.
into our space. So
Yep.
having the welcoming, like that guest room sounds amazing, Anita, the way you
Yeah,
were describing it, right? So
and it
if
was.
if you were a guest going to their house, it would be like, wow. And
Yeah,
you
and
would,
then yeah, you'd leave your energy behind, right? Your
right?
energy imprint, which would be that of peace, calm,
Appreciation.
relaxation,
Yeah.
appreciation, like all of those beautiful fill up your heart kind of
Hmm.
emotions, compared to their own bedroom, which was, like I say, anyways, it was a great aha moment for them.
No kidding.
uh and
How many
it kind
times
of,
have we walked into, sorry for interrupting.
no,
How many
that's
times have
okay,
we
I do it
walked
all the
into
time.
guest rooms and it is the, for lack of a better word, the catch-all room?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I think that is more common from what I've seen. that
Yeah.
we'll get around to it, so we'll stuff it in there.
Yep.
I'm not going to deal with that today, so we're just going to hide it in there, and it becomes the overwhelming room, for lack of a better word.
And yeah, and then when a guest does come, it's like, okay, there's a bed in here somewhere.
Panic. Right? Yeah. Don't show up unannounced.
Yeah. Or the other thing that we see that's really quite interesting is someone will hold space in their home, right? So I mean, a room, a guest room, I mean, that's a big space, right?
Absolutely.
And a lot of times too, what we'll see is that people will hold that space, that guest room space, for the visitor that comes once a year.
Yes.
They know grandma's coming once a year at Christmas, or the in-laws or something like that. And so then meanwhile, they are doing their office work at the dining room table, or their sewing table and their craft room ends up being in the dining room, or even in their own bedroom. I mean, how many times have we seen in the master bedroom?
Yeah, everything.
Where we've seen a piece of gym equipment, we've seen, a computer, a desk, those kind of things. And meanwhile, there's this spare room, the guest room, that is reserved for the once a year visitor.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so shift the mindset here. Does that make any sense? Does that make any sense? Absolutely not, because again, it comes back to the self-love, the worthiness, that I'm not worthy to have my own office space. I'm not worthy to have my yoga fitness
sanctuary.
gym room,
Yeah.
sanctuary that, my soul is longing for.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I love this card because it can be all kinds of things, right?
And the location in the house, I think, is super important. We don't talk a whole lot about the bagua, but we do teach about the bagua. And as above, so below. So quite often the guest room space is on a different level. And it's still holding the energetic imprint, the energetic flow of the bagua. So if we've got a space that happens to be the catch-all, the dreaded room, the close the door and forget about what's in their room, and it's part of your health, or it's part of your creativity, and you're feeling stifled and you're feeling stuck, that energy is throughout the home, because as above, so below. So it's one of the things that we do look at, again, when we do consultations or as we teach about the bagua. And we've had so many people that have had, oh my MGs.
Yep. Oh yeah.
When they realize that bedroom or that guest room or that catch-all hide from everything room is part of the problem.
And this is really interesting too, because we always like to talk about the numerology, and this card is number 35, and we add those together, which is an 8. And of course, the 8 is the infinity symbol. It's the prosperity number. And so again, this is kind of interesting because nowadays, if you have that spare room, that guest room in your home that is only being utilized once a year, guess what? You can Airbnb it. You can make $150 a night. Hello.
Why not? Why not?
There's a lot of people that have just the one room, that extra room in their home. And then what an opportunity to meet some new people. And create some new relationship, and like I say, right? So there you go. There's the number 8, prosperity, bringing you some information for your spare room. So
Which is
it's not for everybody, but certainly
it's certainly an opportunity.
Yeah.
Right. Especially if it's on a separate floor, or if it's in an area that can be set up for that. You could have it as a rental suite. Right. So all kinds of opportunities, And that number 8 is that flow, right? That once you can get into that flow, it's pretty incredible ride, right? Because it'll carry you throughout. It'll carry throughout your home. It'll carry throughout your day. So even setting up that guest room as a sanctuary for yourself, for those that love to read, set it up, put all your favorite books there, make it as comfortable, like Anita said, that inner world, outer world reflection. Spoil yourself a little. I think you're worth it. Do you think you're worth it?
Yeah, absolutely. And here's another kind of like interesting thought. My dad years ago, growing up on the farm and whatever, everybody had to chip in and help and whatever. And a lot of times, I'd have to make sandwiches at coffee time and take them down to the field if because the farmers and the helpers, everybody was out haying and, they used to hay and
Pitchfork.
take the hay with a fork and throw it on the hay pile, haystack. Don't even know what it's called anymore. Anyway, so, you'd have to make sandwiches and take them all that stuff. And my father said this interesting thing to me one time. He said, when you're making a sandwich, make the sandwich as if you were making it for yourself. Right? So every time you make that sandwich, make it like you're making it for you. So you're actually then taking a little extra care because you want that sandwich to be just right, nice and juicy and fresh. And, whereas instead of just slapping a bun and a piece of meat in between and calling it good
enough.
Make it for yourself and then see how it changes. And so in the guest room, do the same thing, right? Make it for yourself.
Well, as long as yourself worth, right? So you used the example at the beginning of this of the Stark bedroom. They could have set up that bedroom for themselves, right? And it wouldn't be as impactful as it was.
Yeah. So just that, again, let's bring some of that worthiness into there and just
I think that's the key. I think that's the key. We're worthy of a restful sleep. We're worthy of a comfortable, safe place to sleep.
Yep.
Right? The books aren't the ones in high esteem here. Because we can see a lot of value in books that we don't see in ourselves. And then the books wind up commanding the space.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's so much, so much we can when we
go
start
off on different tangents.
When we put on our Feng Shui eyes, oh my goodness, sometimes we can see a lot of stuff in the bedroom that we'd rather not see.
Isn't that the truth there? There we go. We got to get the glasses positioned.
Good morning.
Who's joined us? Good morning.
Oh,
good morning.
That'd be Sister Jeanette. She's just saying
morning,
true
Jeanette.
Story about the sandwiches. Yep.
While growing up, she probably heard the same thing with your dad.
Yeah, she probably had to make sandwiches once in a while too.
Cool. Anything else you'd like to wrap up with on this?
Yeah, no, I love that card.
35 guest bedroom.
I love that card. Guest room, spare room, whatever you call it. The number 3 is a catalyst. Number 5 is about change, right? So maybe it's time to make a change, and it could be the catalyst for you having your sanctuary. It could be for you having your sewing room, for you having, some office space or something, right?
Or it could be the catalyst that gets you moving to clear out that space.
Yeah, exactly. So whatever it is for you, that's the message you needed to hear today.
Yeah.
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 Get the chi moving.
Whoa.
Okay, are we going to sing our way out?
We're going to sing our way out.
Feng Shui Friday, Feng Shui Friday, where are you? Okay.
Anybody know a musician that can sing us a song or create a song for us?
Yeah. Our own little jingle. That would be great.
That would be fun.
Okay. Thanks for joining us, everyone, and or watching the replay. And yeah, remember to look through your feng shui eyes
and
as you
check,
learn to use
and
the F
check
word.
out our YouTube channel, right?
The
Feng Shui with Anita and Cheryl on YouTube, and our new playlist, The Flock. Oh, some incredible interviews. You got to see them. Subscribe, like, share. Bye.
Bye.